Hey guys, I'm Oliver, and you're learning Hungarian. As you probably guessed by the title, today's video is going to be about the verb to be. In Hungarian, we say lenni. In this video, I will be applying it to the singular and plural pronouns, and since it's the same construction, I might as well throw in as well this and that. To express this idea in a way that you guys remember well, I will also be including a couple of adjectives. So we are going to be forming basic sentences in the format pronoun is adjective. If you haven't yet watched my video on plurals, I urge you to do so because we will be applying that knowledge in this video as well. I am not making a separate video on just pronouns because I feel that's not a topic I can talk about for more than a couple dozen seconds. Rather, I will just quickly run over the Hungarian pronouns with you in this video. Also, a quick note here, these are the pronouns in the nominative case. That is the one in which the nouns will appear in the dictionary. If you already know them, great. If not, then listen up. For the word I, we say én. You in Hungarian is te. Hungarian doesn't make distinctions between he and she, so there is one gender neutral pronoun ő. The way to say we is mi, so the rhyme makes it pretty easy to remember. The plural form of you, as in you guys, is ti. Also, they is ők. And that should make sense because it's the plural form of he or she, so it adds a k to the end because that's how plurals are formed. This and that are as and us respectively. Now that you've had a refresher on the pronouns, we can look at how to conjugate the word lenni in the basic present tense so we can start creating a couple sentences. Én vagyok, te vagy, ő van, mi vagyunk, ti vagytok, ők vannak. This and that, or as and us, use the same conjugation as he or she. So it's going to be ez van, az van. Alright, let's put our table off to the side and let's build a couple sentences. The first one we are going to make is I am happy. So we will take our first person singular pronoun én, and we will add the adjective happy, or in Hungarian, vidám, and we will put that word in the second position. Then we will take our corresponding conjugation of lenni, in this case vagyok, and put it in the third position. We are left with the sentence én vidám vagyok. Hungarian has a very free word order, so depending on the context and emphasis, these three words of the sentence can be arranged in just about any order and it will remain correct. I'm showing you this specific order of the words because it's the most neutral one. Also, in colloquial speech, the pronoun is almost always left out, because we already know the pronoun based off the conjugation of the verb. Please don't worry about this stuff yet, because it might be too advanced for you guys at this point. Instead, let's focus more on more of these sentences. We are going to try one with te. The sentence we are going to translate is, you are smart. So like before, we take our pronoun te, we add the adjective okos, which means smart, and finally we add the verb, which in this case will be vagy. Our finished sentence is te okos vagy. Let's move on to he or she. This is an exception because for he and she, so ő, we don't include the verb at all in this pronoun is adjective construction. The verb is assumed, so it is left out entirely, and it is actually very incorrect to put it in. With this in mind, we will be translating he is tall, or she is tall, same thing in Hungarian, it doesn't matter. Like always, we take our pronoun, add our word for tall, which is magas, and leave it there, because we don't add the verb to the end. Our final sentence is ő magas. Let's make a sentence with we. How about we are hungry? Like always, we will start with the pronoun, so me. But now we have to be extra careful and not forget to pluralize the adjective, because we is a plural pronoun. Hungry in Hungarian is éhes, so how do we pluralize that? Well, if you remember from my last video about plurals, éhes is a front vowel word, so we will use our front vowel ending ek. So in the plural, it is éhesek. And of course, we add the verb vagyunk. Our complete finished sentence is mi éhesek vagyunk. Now we will translate the sentence, you guys are funny. We'll start with the pronoun ti, and we will add the pluralized variant of vicces, which of course means funny. Since it's a front word, it will pluralize to viccesek. Then we'll top it off with the corresponding conjugation of lenni, so we are eventually left with ti viccesek vagytok. For they, we have to be careful again, since it is the plural of he or she, we have to pluralize the adjective and ignore the verb like we did for he and she. Let's translate they are poor. We start with ők and add the plural of the adjective szegény, which is, try to figure it out, szegények. Now, like I said, we ignore the verb, so our sentence is finished. Ők szegények. Ez and az, meaning this and that, take the exact same construction as he or she, so you already know how to practice that. There are a couple slightly different rules for when you are pluralizing adjectives compared to nouns, so let me explain those. If an adjective ends with a long vowel, so o, u, ö, or ü, then the plural will not take just a k like they would with nouns, but rather an ak for o and u since they are back vowels, and an ek for ö and ü since they are front vowels. We can ignore a, and e because adjectives never end in those letters. So here's some examples to help you understand. Ti megbízhatóak vagytok. Ezek hosszúak. Ezek is the plural of this, so these. Mi ijesztőek vagyunk. Azok keserűek. Azok is the plural of that, so those. Another quick rule for pluralizing adjectives is this. If a word ends in a short dotted e, then it will add an ek if the word is dominated by a front vowel, or it will add an ak if the word is dominated by a back vowel. For example, ők svájciak. Mi ősiek vagyunk. Plural adjectives in Hungarian are surprisingly consistent, but like always, there's a couple of exceptions. You might want to know 2 or 3 of these because they are common words. Jó, or good, in the plural looks like it should be jóak, but that is actually incorrect. It's actually just jók. Also, pici and kicsi, they're both synonyms that mean small, do not become piciek and kicsiek. Instead, they're actually just picik and kicsik. Just for practice, I'll give you a couple examples for you to try and work out yourself. Try to create these sentences in Hungarian. I am slow. You are sad. This is interesting. We are injured. You guys are quiet. They are stupid. Pause the video, take as long as you need. I'll give you the correct answers in a couple seconds. Alright, if you're finished, these are the correct answers. Én lassú vagyok. Te szomorú vagy. Ez érdekes. Mi sérültek vagyunk. Ti csendesek vagytok. And finally, ők hülyék. If you want more practice, feel free to mix up some of these adjectives in this video with the various pronouns, and I'll happily correct them for you in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.